The dev stream has ended. They talked about a lot of stuff. What I'm going to be talking about in this video is the Switch release, the PTB release, along with the full chapter and the killer perks. So first off, to my fellow PC players, we would be able to do the PTB on June 4th with the full chapter being released on the 18th. Here we can see the new roadmap. We're getting 4 chapters. There's a Freddy rework, new maps. They're wanting to do 2 new maps along with 2 reworks. But we can see that the Switch release will be September 24th, 2019, so later this year. They have not announced when the mobile version will be. So they got quite a bit coming to the game, and there might be some extra stuff thrown in that they haven't talked about. Now, since they're adding dedicated servers, they'll be able to tell who's DCing a lot better, so they can go ahead and punish them in whichever way. It doesn't sound like they're planning on banning them. They might do something similar to the salt mines like they did in Friday the 13th. They're wanting to redo ranking and compare killers to killers, survivors to survivors. They're also wanting to do the whole friend system inside the game, which would allow Survive with Friend groups to stay together after a game has ended. Every mid-chapter, so I believe every 6 weeks or something like that, they wanted to open up a new rift, which is their new story mode element, that you can get blood points and outfits and charms. If you complete, and the charms is your ultimate bragging rights, you can put them on your characters, you can put them on your hooks. It says that you completed it. They said it will continue to be available even if the next one opens up. The next one is just the next person's story. They're going to do both killers and survivors. And now the main reason why we all came here, his perks and abilities. His ability is Night Shroud. What Night Shroud will allow him to do is crouch and lean around corners, in addition to moving at full speed while crouch and having his red sight disappear. Now, he may not have a terror radius, but as long as he's moving, there will be music playing. His goal is to stalk people like Michael, but unlike Michael, he doesn't stalk in a group, he stalks individuals, and for 4 seconds he has to stalk you, then he marks you, for 20 seconds you're exposed. But only that individual person that was stalked is exposed. Now, they did say that if you manage to look at him for 1 second, his power will go on cooldown. He won't be able to mark anybody. His terror radius will come back along with his sight. So they're kind of working on a way to balance him and for us to counter him as survivors. And now it's time for perks. The first perk is I'm All Ears. If a survivor performs a rust action outside of your terror radius, such as fast vaulting or jumping in and out of the lockers while holding shift, you'll be alerted and you'll be able to see their aura for 6 seconds. But this ability does have a cooldown, so if you're Survive with Friends, take advantage of that. The next perk is called Thrilling Tremors, and what it does is whenever you pick up a down survivor or yank them off a locker or a gen, any generators that are currently not being worked on will be blocked for 16 seconds. Again, all these numbers and times are subject to change. And the ones that are blocked off by the entity will show up in white, so more observant killers can actually look around the map and find out where they need to go next, because the ones that aren't white are obviously the gens being worked on. And the last perk is called Furtive Chase. What this perk does is every time you hook a survivor, you get a token up to 2, 3, or 4 depending on your tier. And each token will reduce your terror radius by 4 meters when you're in chase. This is the one that got leaked, so we can also see that whenever you hook your obsession, whenever somebody rescues your obsession, the rescuer becomes your new obsession and you have to go after them. Something that is worth mentioning is that they didn't license Ghostface the Killer, they licensed the mask. So this Ghostface is definitely a new one that they created, and there will not be a survivor. Unfortunately, Ghostface killed the guy that was going to be a survivor, the cashier, before the entity could get him, so we actually don't have a survivor this chapter. But tell me what you guys thought about. What are you looking forward to on this roadmap? What do you think the other characters are going to end up being? Are you disappointed that there's not a survivor? What perk do you like from Ghostface the best? Do you think that you're going to main him now? Are you excited about the Freddy reworks? I know the King did a good video on that, so go ahead and check him out if you don't want to check out the whole stream. But you guys know routine. If you like the video, leave a like, share, and if you enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel and come back for more.